And welcome everybody back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Dwayne Asher, who asked the question, who would fight, Batman or, let me get the name up here, Kaneki, Ken from Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is not one of those animes or mangas I ever got into, but I know it has a really big fan base. So, I mean, respect to the fan base. I mean, I'm not dissing it on. I'm just letting you know right now, I do not have a great working knowledge of this series. I know a little bit about it, and I do have the information up front for this character, at least the base information we get off the wiki. But that being said, Batman, it's Batman. It's Bruce Wayne. We know it. He's in peak human physical condition. He's a master martial artist of, I think, at least 127 martial arts. Master detective. Genius. Photographic memory. He is armed to the teeth. He's got a mesh Kevlar, I believe, titanium weave armor, which makes him bullet resistant and bulletproof to small arms fire. Even explosion resistant, electrical proof, fire resistant. He has got massive amount of tech on him, including batarangs, a kryptonite ring, a sonic batarang, smoke bombs, plastic explosives, shock gauntlets. His grappling hooks, which are a much stronger tensile cable than other grappling hooks, just due to the nature of being a billionaire. Batmobile, he has access to multiple bat suits. It's some smaller ones, then he got his major ones, like the Justice Buster, the Hellbat, the Final Bat suit. There's the more minor ones, like you see with the Batman versus Superman, or Dark Knight Returns. Batman is extremely intelligent when it comes to battle. He's a tactician. Well, a lot of times, Justice League actually wouldn't say it's the majority, but a chunk. I wouldn't go ahead and give you a real percentage, but a chunk, maybe 10 to 50%, which is not a small percent when you really think about every battle they've done. And it's because Batman formulated a plan. All the other Justice League members were a part of that plan. That's why they won. This is a guy who's beaten Superman on multiple occasions, although Superman beats him quite a few times as well. So let's even that statement out. Has beaten Darkseid down. Has even beaten multiversal warriors who tried to manipulate him and all that, and beat his alternate Batman Laughs version of himself. He is just incredibly dangerous, and he's the Batman. He's still human, though. He even acknowledges that he is not fully sane. But the fact that he's aware of that puts him much farther ahead of the curve than a lot of other people. But he can still easily be killed. Well, easily for Batman. He's human, so he can be killed. That's why I got messed up saying the name. His first name is actually Ken. Kaneki? Kaneki, I'm probably butchering that, is a ghoul-human hybrid. As such, he basically inherited his ghoul powers from a ghoul known as Rinkaku Kagune. I believe that is the woman in the beginning of the series who tried to eat him, and then she failed, and then he became half ghoul. This basically allows him to just add multiple tentacles that he can manipulate, turn into sharp blades. Basically, he's kind of like a organic Doc Ock. He has his Kagune has grown to a massive size and thickness, dwarfing that of a human being. In addition, his length has grown as well. It's very dangerous and very capable of messing up other ghouls as well. Basically, he has a berserker form called Rinkaku Kakuja, which basically allows him to go toe-to-toe some of the strongest individuals in his world. He has a dragon form, too, which basically he turned into this giant dragon-like centipede that was dwarfing and crushing skyscrapers. Well, I don't have... Let me see if I can get an actual picture up here of this thing. 1 second. Okay, this is a good representation right now. Hold on. I'm going to get the picture up so people can see what I'm referencing. I do love this little ability of the internet. So, yeah, this is how big this son of a bitch became. That skyscraper's got to be a good couple 100 feet tall, and he's just kind of wrapping his ass around that. And that's only part of him in that picture. So, yeah, that thing is pretty damn huge and pretty damn strong. In the dragon form, its armored shell is durable enough to resist artillery fire. It can generate lifeless husks from its body, which apparently a trait shared with the king of the underground at the height of his power. Among other countermeasures, he can produce golems out of his body in order to defend himself against foes while he is stationary. Will you stop doing that, please? Sorry, like it's still doing stuff. Golems is capable of killing investigators and ghouls alike, as well as pressure even most experienced fighters with their large numbers. And obviously he's got the full power, and he can still generate the tentacles to cut through tanks and upturn portions of concrete. Even not in that dragon form, he's got superhuman strength, able to rip a lamppost from asphalt with one strike. When fighting a certain character, he forcibly smashed the character through multiple floors on 11th Ward building. Super even speed. He's capable of evading condensed projectiles while assaulting a character. He was traveling immensely quick enough that he was not able to character was not able to track him. Superhuman endurance, can just keep going. Superhuman regeneration. It's one of his big advantages that he gained a huge healing factor here. He easily recuperated from the injuries inflicted by a character when covered from hole received from fighting a character through consuming the flesh of hide. He survives in his fight and heals injuries, albeit at the cost of losing his memory. He recovers during one fight. He was able to continuously regenerate his fingers and toes for 10 whole days. Obviously, this regeneration factor can be taxed, but it takes a lot to do that. He's got the ability to manipulate his Kagune as the form of his hand, controlling it willingly. So basically, he can control a tentacle with his hand. Immense pain tolerance, expert hand-to-hand fighter. Ghoulification, toxin immunity. Basically, he can't be poisoned. He's quite skilled, apparently, with swordsmanship as well. And he's a keen intellect. Probably not the same as Bruce, and probably not as skilled in hand-to-hand combat as Bruce in the same manner. But still. I will say this right up front. Batman, without any prep time, is not going to be doing well against this guy on his own. Batman can handle characters like Killer Croc, Bane, Clayface on his own because he's done it multiple times. But he's had experience dealing with them. And even Killer Croc is physically not on the same level as this guy. Bane is possibly you can make an argument for. However, Bane is also got enhancements, and we're not even talking about the enhanced forms of Ken. We're talking about like base form Ken. We're talking about like dragon form Ken. Then, yeah. Batman maybe is investigating to talk about people disappearing, all that, ghouls. He finds Ken, and they end up a conversation. I'm not sure Batman and Ken might fight initially. He might see him as just another victim, but maybe he has to bring him in, and that's maybe how the fight comes to a head. Batman would try to throw gadget batarangs, all that, but unfortunately, it just wouldn't mean anything. His Kagune would just block it. He could just block anything that Batman's really throwing at him. Now, that being said, there is certainly things he could do. Anesthetic gas could theoretically work, though it's still a question of whether or not it would. Shot gloves or whatever aren't going to be doing much. So Batman really doesn't have much at his disposal to do any lasting damage to Ken. Not just to say Ken would be able to just completely one-shot Batman immediately. Batman's dealt with so many individuals far exceeding this guy's power that he is not going to be able to hit that. Batman would be evading and keeping a distance as best he could. Batman might get hit once or twice and go flying into a wall and go, Pooh! And Batman eventually says, I gotta call in the suit. I gotta distract this guy. Now, there's several suits Batman has, but I mean, the only real big ones he would have available at that time are the Hellbat, Justice Buster, for giving him that, and maybe just one of the other, one of the lower bat suits that are, like what he fought against Superman. And let's just hypothetically say that, he's able to call in a suit. It's the let's say the Superman Buster, if you will. It's not really that, but Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight Returns suit. He's able to distract him, basically get himself in that suit. They go toe to toe for a little bit. Batman's starting to press a little bit of an advantage, but it's nothing great. More than anything, what the suit was actually designed for, despite enhancing his physical strength, was to make it so he would last long enough against Superman. That's ultimately what that suit was designed for. And because of that, it should be able to take a decent amount of damage before Batman has to basically trade out and like call in the Justice Buster. At this point, Ken is probably going into his Rinkaku Kajin. And that is causing, and Batman's now literally having a serious problem. Basically, would probably use a flashbang because I'm sure he has one in there. Briefly blinds him. Batman gets into the Justice Buster because it's one of the only suits he has on call at this point. And size-wise, durability-wise, Ken could probably get through the Justice Buster overall. Justice Buster's going to be able to throw some damage at him, throw some hits at him, definitely. Even though it's all tailored to deal with the Justice League, it's a suit Batman has on call. I mean, he's basically got miniature red suns, and that's still the heat of a sun that would be punching this guy. So when he hits him in that shot, that doesn't tickle. Even with a high pain tolerance, he basically just got hit with a bunch of suns on the fist of this giant mech. So, and then he basically hits him with a slick that basically meant he couldn't get any friction. He can't stand upright, but he uses the tentacles to just grab the surrounding area. And it begins to transform into the dragon form. Batman's trying the best to keep him at bay, but he's got to basically bolt out of there. And eventually he turns into the dragon form, and all these, all the golems, the husks start coming out. Batman basically just says, all right, screw it. Calls in the Hellbat, gets in the Hellbat. And at that point, Ken can't do a damn thing against the Hellbat. Batman basically just incinerates everything that's coming near him. All these golems, all that. And he basically just vaporizes most of Ken. Ken maybe just then, like, the body, kind of Attack on Titan style, the body of Ken's wriggling out, he's just passed out, and Batman gets out of the Hellbat suit, and Batman wins the fight. Now, this entire fight, before anyone gets on my case right now, is all hindering on the idea that Batman can access the bat suits at any given time. If he can't call a bat suit, or he doesn't have a bat suit, like a more heavily armored, more, artillery style bat suit designed to deal with more heavy duty situations, Batman's going to lose this fight. Without any extra bat suits, just the standard gear, Batman loses this fight. He just doesn't have anything that can put Ken down. He might be able to hurt him a little bit. He might be able to avoid him, but he just doesn't have anything that can beat him. But if Batman is able to get his main bat suit, like his strongest bat suits, into the equation, then Ken's got a problem. If we're talking about the Hellbat, Ken can't do shit against the Hellbat. Ken got nothing against the Hellbat. Nothing. This is a suit that was able to completely bitch slap Darkseid around. So, no. Ken ain't beating the Hellbat. Ken would probably even be hard-pressed until he goes into his dragon form to beat the Justice Buster. Just because even though the Justice Buster is designed to defeat the Justice League specifically, the stuff that it has on call is still enough that it would probably be a hindrance to Ken overall. Including like the foam that keeps individual from moving, sucking moisture, the non-friction liquid, and again, even though the suns are red suns specifically designed to combat Superman, they're still freaking suns. So they're still producing that kind of heat. Even if you don't feel the heat coming off there, if that sun were to hit you in the face, you're still being hit in the face with a sun. So that would literally just flesh gone. So yeah. The Justice Buster, and we don't really talk about the final Batsuit that much because it doesn't really come into play that much. Plus, I don't think Batman has any regular access to it. Anyway, though, my money, if we're going a long-term fight where Batman gets access to the suit, or his better suits, stronger suits, it's Batman. If there's no extra suits involved, go Ken. So that's where it's all depending on how realistic you think the situation ultimately becomes. I went with the full scenario where he could get the suits. And remember, I did mention about halfway through, it's like, Batman doesn't have a way to put this guy down without any extra bat suits. With extra bat suits, he's actually got a pretty easy chance taking this guy down because this guy just does not have the power to go toe-to-toe with something like the Hellbat. And arguably even the Justice Buster, but I'd say the Dragon form would probably be able to take the Justice Buster down due to the fact that nothing the Justice Buster has could really do anything against that specific opponent because it's not tailored to that opponent. It could probably annoy him and maybe even do a little bit of damage, but because the Dragon form could even just tear through tanks without too much difficulty, it stands to reason the Justice Buster, while probably even more well built than a tank, wouldn't last that long against that dragon form either. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Batman with his extra suits, Ken without any extra suits for Batman. But who do you got in this fight? Either way. In fact, let me ask that question right now on both versions. Without extra bat suits, do you think Batman could still find a way to win? And with extra bat suits, do you think Batman would still lose? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review at some point. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.